China's Golden Week stretched from the end of September to the beginning of October. It was made up of two closely linked holidays. One is the traditional Mid-Autumn Festival, or Moon Festival, and the other is the anniversary of the CCP regime in China, known as the October 1st National Day. While the official media made a big fuss about the holiday being long, hence Super Golden Week, many people found the number of break days had actually shrunk. The 7-day National Day holiday plus a 3-day Mid-Autumn Festival holiday is supposed to be a 10-day holiday, but it turned out to be only 8 days. People have thus made a math equation out of it. 3 plus 7 equals 8. According to the official website approved by the State Council, the 2023 Mid-Autumn Festival and October 1st holiday shall have days off for September 26th to October 6th, a total of 8 days. Work is to resume on the weekend of October 7th and 8th. That is to say, this year's Golden Week was 8 days long, and after which people had to work 7 days in a row. A search on Weibo for 3 plus 7 equals 8 will show tons of complaints from netizens. Some people say that the irrationality of 3 plus 7 equals 8 is actually rooted in the fact that the CCP, with 1.4 billion people at its disposal, simply wants them to do the work of 2.8 billion people. But it can't even pay the wages of one person while many others can't find jobs. In view of the economic slowdown, things like moving holidays around can be put on hold and allow workers to have enough holidays and benefits instead. Maybe there was too much public outcry. The officials made statements that there would be subsidies. On October 4th, 2023, Sina Hotspot continuously stated on its Weibo account that the Mid-Autumn Festival on September 29th and October 1st to 3rd are statutory holidays, and that if any employee works overtime during this period, the company needs to pay overtime wages in accordance with the statutory holidays. Many companies pay their employees a holiday bonus. They need to add the overwork pay when calculating the holiday bonus in September and October. If this subject isn't mentioned, it would have been fine. The moment it was mentioned, it made the public angry because most enterprises simply don't take such a directive seriously. Netizens commented, "Are we from two worlds? Oh, you think too much. It's not even called overtime here. It's just normal work. There is no money, no break either." Upon seeing the post, the company's reaction, read, no reply. One netizen described this news concerning overwork pay as perfectly illustrating a couple of Chinese idioms. They are, take a part for the whole, a pie in the sky, bury one's head in the sand, and to no avail. In China, where labor's rights and protection is weak, paying workers fairly is something too good to be true. If basic workers' rights were protected, there wouldn't have been so many migrant workers who petition for the wages they are entitled to, and some can't even get their wages back. Both the Chinese government and the associated industries seem to be a bit stingy about holidays. After the Golden Week holiday, employees are required to work overtime, and students are asked to attend extra classes. Here is a high school in northern China where students shouted collectively for a break. "Can't you live on giving us 2 days off?" A high school student in Henan province has been admonished after he reported his school for making up classes on National Day, which is illegal in China. Make-up classes during statutory holidays are prohibited by the law. Hi, I want to report a school. Yes, what is it? He only gave us 3 days off during the National Day. He told us that we would have to attend classes for the next 7 days. What grades are you reporting? The first, second, and third years in junior high. I am not sure about the first and second year, but the third year in junior high and the first, second, and third year of high school have to make up for the lessons for sure. Which grade are you in? I'm in the first year of high school. By law, junior high school isn't allowed to have makeup classes, at least no makeup classes for the ones below the third year of junior high school. The law actually says no makeup lessons in the first, second, and third years of high school. Which law? You can search on Baidu. You were admitted to high school this year, weren't you? Yes, I was. Study hard after you pass the exam and get admitted. That's not why I called. The legal holiday is 7 days. I tell you, the current provisions of compulsory education don't allow make-up classes. Some schools have been reported successfully. They have changed the holiday to 7 days. Which school? I don't know. Anyway, our classmates told me it's useful to report the school to the government. Study hard at school, okay? Think about it. You are about to take the university entrance exam in 3 years. What are you gonna do if you don't make it? What are you gonna do if you can't find a job because you have no degree? It's not easy to be admitted to high school. When you can, study hard. It's not easy for your parents to send you to school, right? You let your parents call to report. I'm sure I'll work hard, but have your parents call to report the case. The 8-day-long holiday was made possible by working overtime later, but many didn't have a good time due to various accidents. Such accidents happened in the past, but this year they were more common and dramatic. Can you believe it that someone was fined for having bottled water in the trunk? On the October 1st National Day holiday, Mr. Zhang was ready to go out to travel. Due to fears of traffic jams, he stocked up on food plus 3 cases of bottled water in his trunk. He was stopped halfway down the road and fined 100 yuan and deducted 3 points. Mr. Zhang didn't understand and questioned the traffic police. Can a private car have bottled water? The explanation was that the owner's side of the story couldn't prove the actual use of so much bottled water. In the face of Mr. Zhang's confusion, the traffic police said that he could go to the traffic management department to lodge a complaint, but he needed to prepare evidence to prove that the many cases of bottled water in the car were indeed for his own use, rather than for sale. Not surprisingly, as we have shown in several previous episodes, the Chinese government from the central to the local level has run out of money. They not only intend to make the people work overtime, but also have included the fines as part of the tourism revenue. The official media of the CCP has vigorously exaggerated the booming tourism in different parts of the country, claiming that hundreds of millions of trips were made and revenue increased by 125.3%, claiming that it was the manifestation of the recovering consumption power in mainland China. But these figures don't hold up to careful examination. Chinese media claim that compared to the Mid-Autumn Festival before the lifting of the lockdown in 2022, the value of tourism transactions jumped 400%, while transport and accommodation grew by more than 48%. Statistics from the railway group showed that the number of passengers carried on the first day of the long holiday exceeded 20 million for the first time, with 20.198 million passengers carried in a single day, setting a record high for the national railway. China's Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism reported that a total of 395 million trips were recorded during the first 3 days of the long holiday, an increase of 75.8% compared to the same period last year, and that tourism revenue of US $47.52 billion were realized, an increase of 125.3%. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism also predicted that during the October 1st holiday, domestic travelers would make 896 million trips, an increase of 86% over last year, and that domestic tourism revenues would reach US $108.66 billion, an annual increase of 138%. About the booming tourism market portrayed by the official media, anyone with a little bit of brain will understand it was just a word game. They compared the data to last year's figures, that is October 2022. Wait a minute, what was October 2022? Wasn't it the time when most people were cooped up in their homes due to lockdowns? So such a comparison is pointless. We previously reported that the outbreak is suspected to have not left mainland China. Officials have given different names to diseases with COVID-like symptoms. It's reflected in the sudden closure and control that some people encountered when they traveled out of their homes this holiday season. See, on the evening of October 1st, a plaza in Guangzhou was suddenly closed down, and the metro station next to it was shut down too. No entry and exit was allowed. The screen at the back of the station reads, Dear passengers, following the notification from the higher-ups, Line 2 and Line 6 will stop the external service and retain the interchange function. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Upon getting the news, people in the lobby looked paranoid. An online screenshot shows a dialogue between two people concerning the plaza. Don't go anywhere near Haiju Plaza tonight. Why? The Public Security Bureau signed a confidentiality agreement so it isn't convenient to disclose. Anyway, for the sake of everyone's personal safety, don't go near the plaza tonight. The government has informed us that all buses, subways, and other means of transport will be suspended over there this evening. This may be from an insider. This friendly reminder reads, Anti-dengue fever extermination, temporary enclosure, please be aware. Haiju Plaza Management. Public holidays don't mean that people can enjoy relaxation, as officials seize the opportunity to launch red propaganda to make people love the party more and feel grateful for the blessings it has bestowed upon them. After years of brainwashing, during the National Day holiday, many people regard going to the Tiananmen Square in Beijing for the flag-raising ceremony as a sacramental ritual. Here, on what was supposed to be a day of celebration, the Tiananmen Square was filled with police, as if it were getting ready for a major enemy. The children shouted red slogans and pledges. Salute! We were born under the red flag and grew up in the spring breeze. We are people with faith and a country with strength. As far as the eye can see, it is China in sight. As the 5 stars shine, it shows our faith. We are willing to defend China in its heyday with our youth without fear. Defend China, defend China, defend China. It's just that after the ceremony was over, everything seemed not so solemn. Here is the scene after the flag raising when the crowd was dispersed, leaving garbage everywhere. This is Tiananmen Square in Beijing. Trash everywhere. This is Tiananmen Square, Beijing. The trash all over the place. Chinese people like to blast firecrackers to celebrate traditional festivals, but the CCP has banned these customs for various reasons. Here, in Hainan province on September 29th, people protested when local public security officers came to stop them from firing firecrackers to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival. Mid-Autumn or Moon Festival is a holiday for family reunion, like Thanksgiving in the West. It's a custom to prepare gift boxes and food before the festival. This year, the custom is still in place, but with some changes. This is the most ridiculous August 15th I've had in my 21 years in the business. Is this deflation? Is spending downgraded? Where are the people? This year's Mid-Autumn Festival is too slow, too quiet. It's September 24th today, and still no one is interested in buying anything, be it domestic or imported goods. No one is making inquiries. There's almost no one in the market. It's hard to sell anything. As of last night, the tobacco and liquor shop owners have been pulling their hair out. There was no business, really no business. Cigarettes and wines were not selling, snacks were not selling, and gift boxes were not selling. Is it true that this year's Mid-Autumn Festival is going to lie flat? It can be seen that China's economy is cooling down. On this day when people should be spending, the spending didn't happen. Even the spending on festive food for the Mid-Autumn Festival has seen a drastic drop.
The Mid-Autumn Festival is quiet. I remember in previous years at this time, there would be mooncake promotions in supermarkets and shopping malls, and people were everywhere buying and selling. But now I'm in the supermarket, and there is not so much of a festival atmosphere. In previous years, by this time, there were all kinds of roadside stalls selling mooncakes. Now there's no buying, no selling. Is it because people don't like mooncakes anymore? In theory, apart from the Chinese New Year, the Mid-Autumn Festival is a major celebration. The streets should be bustling with excitement. But why is it so quiet? I'm not the only one who feels this way, right? Do you all feel the same way? Or is it because it's not time yet for the holiday? So let's wait and see? But no, if we wait and see, the festival will be over. It's really weird. Do you guys feel the same way?
For thousands of years, traditional Chinese festivals have been filled with poetry and beauty. Historically known as the Divine Land, China believed in the existence of a divine realm. Chinese people considered themselves to be the people of the divine, the heirs of the dragon, and the emperors to be the sons of heaven. The Mid-Autumn Festival is regarded as the closest festival to the time and space of the immortal world. The Mid-Autumn Festival falls on August 15th in the lunar calendar of ancient China, when the moon is at its largest and fullest. Every Chinese knows the story of Chang'e. During the Xia dynasty, a hero's wife swallowed an elixir and flew to the moon. For more than 4,000 years since the Xia dynasty, the story of Chang'e's flying to the moon has connected the realms of the mortals and the divine, offering a path of divinity for people to draw inspiration and enlighten. According to the legend, there was a tall osmanthus or sweet olive tree on the moon. On the night of August 15th, sweet olive seeds may fall from the bright moon. 1,300 years ago, many poems of the Tang dynasty recorded the miracle of sweet olive seeds falling from the moon on the mid-autumn night. For example, Lingyan Mountain in Hangzhou has many sweet olive trees. In ancient times, the historical records compiled by the local government recorded a number of cases in which the monks of Lingyan Temple saw sweet olives falling from the sky. The scene was like a rain of sweet olives. Sweet olives were as big as beans and as round as pearls, with white, yellow, and black colors and a peculiar flavor. These accounts are consistent with those in the historical document Lingyan Temple records. More than 400 years ago, a high-ranking official in the Ming Dynasty also recorded in his notebook the experience of picking up falling sweet olives from the moon. He wrote that the sweet olives fell in great abundance. He asked his servant boy to pick them up and got as many as 2 liters of sweet olives. He said that the sweet olive from the moon had a sesame smell when chewed, and that it could be used to make pillows with a refreshing aroma. These sweet olives falling on the night of the Mid-Autumn Festival seem to have divine power. That is, they would grow once planted. Even scattered in the cracks of the bricks, those sweet olives were able to grow into trees in just 10 days, and they were sturdy in the winter too. Did these miraculous events ever occur? We can't verify them. According to ancient cultivation culture unique to China, the higher the morality of human beings, the more chances for people to see miracles. When the morality of a society declines, miracles will become more difficult for humans to see or experience. If this theory is true, it's virtually impossible to see any miracles in today's China. The CCP has systematically destroyed the connection between traditional Chinese culture and its people, and morality is rapidly declining under the assault of the CCP's party culture. At the end of the episode, we present a small example. Meat floss is commonly used in mooncakes. In this case, after cleaning the meat floss inside the mooncake with bottled water, this man lit it with a lighter. What did he see as a result? This meat floss, I light it with a lighter. Once burned, it's blackened and has a foul odor.
Oh my gosh, this is wicked.
This is meat floss. This is the meat floss we eat. It's inside cake shops and bakeries. See for yourself.
It stinks.
It smells stinky too.
It's turning into hair.
Just like the hair of the animal. See for yourself. It's even shredded. Look, this is the meat floss.